This is WGN Television 9 in Chicago.
The first family of the Stone Age, the Flintstones, join forces with the goose who thinks he's king of the United States, Garfield Goose. Watch for them both Monday afternoon at 4:30 in color on WGN Television Channel 9.
The Lakeside Congregation for Reform Judaism is sponsoring a rummage sale April 29th and 30th from 4 to 8 p.m. This is WGN Television Channel 9, Chicago's own television station.
The fishing season in 10 Chicago Park District lagoons opens officially today with hours from sunrise to dark. WGN Television Channel 9, Chicago's own television station.
WGN Television Channel 9, Chicago.
The moving and inspirational story of the Miracle of Lourdes has Family Classics present The Song of Bernadette tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock on WGN Television Channel 9.
WGN Television, Channel 9, Chicago.
Tune in for all the Fast and Furious fun on Beat the Clock weekday afternoons at 3:30 in color on WGN Television Channel 9.
None of us.
It's 12 midnight. Time to welcome 1978. The WGN television family wishes you and yours a most happy and healthy New Year. WGN Chicago, wishing you a happy Easter weekend. Happy holiday from WGN Television, Chicago.
WGN Television 9 in Chicago, wishing you a very happy Thanksgiving. WGN Television Chicago, wishing everyone a very safe and happy holiday season.
This is WGN TV Chicago Television 9.
This is WGN TV Chicago Television 9.
WGN Television Chicago. Tonight, WGN Television presents thrilling mystery, intrigue, and murder when Humphrey Bogart, Peter Lorre, Sidney Greenstreet, Ward Bond, and Mary Astor search for the Maltese Falcon.
This is WGN Television, Channel 9 in Chicago, owned and operated by WGN Continental Broadcasting Company, a wholly owned subsidiary of Tribune Company, coming to you from the top of the John Hancock Building. This seal of good practice is WGN Television's pledge to present the finest possible programs of entertainment, information, and education to our community. It identifies Channel 9 as a subscriber to the television code of the National Association of Broadcasters. All rights and programs telecast by this station are reserved. These programs may be received in places where no cover, admission, entertainment, or mechanical operating charges are made. But no program may be used or reproduced in any other manner. We invite you to join us again a bit later this morning here on Channel 9. Until then, this is George Bauer and the entire staff of WGN Television bidding you all a very happy new year. This is WGN Television, Channel 9 in Chicago, owned and operated by WGN Continental Broadcasting Company, a wholly owned subsidiary of Tribune Company, coming to you from the top of the John Hancock Building. This seal of good practice is WGN Television's pledge to present the finest possible programs of entertainment, information, and education to our community. It identifies Channel 9 as a subscriber to the television code of the National Association of Broadcasters. The preceding day's programming is copyrighted by WGN Television 9, Chicago. All rights and programs telecast by this station are reserved. These programs may be received in places where no cover, admission, entertainment, or mechanical operating charges are made, but no program may be used or reproduced in any other manner. We invite you to join us again later this morning on Channel 9. Until then, this is George Bauer and the entire staff of WGN Television bidding you all a very pleasant good morning.
WGN Television, Chicago.
Good morning. This is WGN TV, Channel 9, Chicago, owned and operated by WGN Continental Broadcasting Company, a wholly owned subsidiary of Tribune Company, coming to you from the top of the John Hancock Building. Certain programs heard during this broadcast day will be recorded. Now, our national anthem. This seal of good practice is WGN Television's pledge to present the finest possible programs of entertainment, information, and education to our community. It identifies Channel 9 as a subscriber to the television code of the National Association of Broadcasters. The following day's programming is copyrighted by WGN Television 9, Chicago. All rights and programs telecast by this station are reserved. These programs may be received in places where no cover, admission, entertainment, or mechanical operations charges are made, but no program may be used or reproduced in any other manner.
Good morning. This is WGN Television, Channel 9, Chicago. Owned and operated by WGN Continental Broadcasting Company, a wholly owned subsidiary of the Tribune Company, coming to you from atop the John Hancock Building. Certain programs heard during this broadcast day will be recorded. Now, our national anthem.
This is WGN Television 9 in Chicago, wishing everyone a very safe and happy new year.
This is WGN Television 9 Chicago, wishing you a safe and a happy new year.
Here's the weather forecast for Chicago and vicinity. Tonight becoming partly cloudy and colder with lows from the mid to upper teens in the western suburbs, middle 20s near the lake. Turning mostly cloudy tomorrow, continued cold, high near 38. Tomorrow night mostly cloudy, breezy, not quite as cold with a low of around 30. 31 at O'Hare, 31 at Midway, and also at the lakefront, 66% relative humidity. West wind at 5, the barometer stands at 30.25. The news follows the Loyola, Illinois basketball game tonight.
They're funny, they're scary, they're hilariously horrifying. They're the Groovy Ghoulies, mornings at 8 o'clock, afternoons at 2:30, here on Channel 9.
Or a half hour later than usual on Family Classics here on Channel 9 in Chicago.
Don't miss Jennifer Jones in The Song of Bernadette tonight at 7 on the primetime movie here on Channel 9.
People, places, and things. An informal notice of community affairs in the Chicagoland area. The Omni House in Wheeling wants to help you develop the ability to solve your own difficulties, to be a stronger individual. For more information, call 541-0190. A youth lounge is open for member teens at Meyer Kaplan in Skokie every Wednesday evening, and each member can bring 2 guests. For details, call 675-2200. The Faith Youth Group is sponsoring a spook house at 1118 Westchester in Westchester, Illinois on Friday afternoon. For more information, call 343-1030. And if you have any notices, projects, or activities in your community you'd like people to know about, send the information 3 weeks in advance to People, Places, and Things, WGN Television, 2501 Bradley Place, Chicago, Illinois, 60618.
News 9 is produced by Dick Sutcliffe, directed by Robert Side. Portions mechanically reproduced. This is a service of WGN News.
The Saturday morning movie presenting Life with Blondie and Dimples starring Shirley Temple. This morning, 9:30 on WGN Television, Channel 9.
Very pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Movie Greats. Today, a tough wagon master who made the mistake of only wounding instead of killing in self-defense must stand up again and fight for his life. Charles Bronson, Kurt Russell, and Susan Oliver star in Guns of Diablo. This is WGN Television, Channel 9 in Chicago.
This is WGN Television in Chicago, serving Channel 9 viewers 24 hours a day.
WGN Television, Chicago, serving Channel 9 viewers 24 hours a day.
Tonight, WGN Television presents the famous love duo, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, together in an exciting detective mystery of blackmail and murder, The Big Sleep.
Our WGN Wednesday night movie, Cabaret, starring Liza Minnelli and Joel Grey, continues.
Tonight, on the Saturday night movie, American infantrymen huddle in trenches waiting for a peace treaty to be signed. In the meantime, they must fight the toughest battle of the Korean War. Gregory Peck, Harry Gardino, and George Peppard must take Pork Chop Hill.
WGN Entertainment. This fall, WG entertains you like never before with At the Movies.
We must have our own state, and the time is now. And if the only way we can have it is to go to war, we'll go to war.
Welcome home. Welcome home. Very own Channel 9. When you turn to us, welcome home. Welcome home. Very own Channel 9.
I'm Denise Cannon. From all of us on the 9 o'clock news team, we wish for you the best of the holidays, all the joy of the season, and happiness throughout the new year.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Tuesday night at 7 on Channel 9.
Bernie Miller, weeknights at 6 on Channel 9.
Elvis Presley Week continues as the King heads a frontier family living under the Flaming Star.
Tonight, Channel 9's ultimate Halloween week continues as Frank Langella stars with Laurence Olivier and Donald Pleasance in Dracula.
John Wayne returns in Cecil B. DeMille's Sea Adventure. Reap the Wild Wind. Tomorrow night at 11:30, a United States Marine risked his own life on a dangerous mission during World War II. WGN presents Cornell Wilde and Carl Malden in Operation Secret.
The Stone Killer. Friday night at 7 on Channel 9. Friday night at 7 on Channel 9.
Participating advertisers in Cubs baseball are Budweiser, the king of beers and proud sponsor of the U.S. Olympic team. For all you do, this Bud's for you. Your neighborhood True Value hardware stores. Toyota's exciting cars and trucks for 1984. Toyota invites you to see them at your local dealer. Union 76 and your neighborhood Union 76 dealers, who invite you to go with the spirit of 76. Canon, the official 35mm camera of the 1984 Olympics. United Airlines, you're not just flying, you're flying the friendly skies. Zenith, see all the close-up action on the Smart Set by Zenith. At Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on. The Yellow Pages, it's the small investment that keeps your big investment paying off. And your Chicagoland McDonald's restaurant, where you can get all your favorite tastes in just one place. McDonald's. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago National Ball Club, which has the right of approval of the announcers and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Chicago National League Ball Club is prohibited.
This is Chicago's very own Channel 9, a Tribune broadcasting station. Monday night at 7 on Channel 9. Saturday night at 6 on Channel 9.
It's a living.
This afternoon at 4 on Channel 9.
Because I love you most of all.
The New Honeymooners.
Falcon Crest, this morning at 11 on Channel 9. Tonight at 10:30 on Channel 9.
How much they hitting you up for?
Tonight at 5 on Channel 9.
WKRP, tonight at 5:30 on Channel 9. 30 on Channel 9.
So please, get behind Bozo's Grand March for Kids to benefit Catholic Charities and the Church Federation of Greater Chicago. The Dream.
Conclusion tonight at 7.
A broadcast premiere.
Thursday night at 7 on Channel 9.
It's a Wonderful Life, now even more wonderful in color.
Friday night at 7 on Channel 9.
Fright Night. Friday at 7. God.
Are you gonna go for it?
The Movies on 9 with John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, John Candy, and Bill Murray. Coming this November to Channel 9.
Good morning. This is WGN-TV Channel 9 Chicago, a Tribune broadcasting station coming to you from on top of the John Hancock Building. All rights and programming telecast by the station are reserved. No program may be used or reproduced in any manner. Now, our national anthem.
Security alert is in effect at Chicago's major airports because of the conflict between Libya and the U.S. More after the movie.
This is the 9 o'clock news with Rick Rosenthal, Pat Harvey, Tom Skilling, and Bob Hillman. Chicago's very own 9 o'clock news team.
You're watching Chicago Cubs baseball through WGN, Chicago 9, America's #1 sports station.
You know, they say life begins at 40.
Happy New Year from Chicago's very own Channel 9. It's cooler on 9.
Summertime, 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 Channel 9. When Chicago enters the summer zone, summertime, wow, summertime, there's fun on Chicago's very own. On Channel 9, wow, Channel 9. Comedies and comedies, movies. Your family's gonna party with 9. Summertime.
Summer's never been hotter on Chicago's very own Channel 9. Meet the legends and celebrate the history of Channel 9 at the Museum of Broadcast Communications. For more information, call 987-1500. Years ago, when a lot of you were starting your lives, Channel 9 was too.
Oh, it's beautiful. Honey, do you think we could afford it?
Great choice, young man. Honey, maybe we should have had it delivered.
Well, maybe we'll just have to move a few things.
Chicago's very own Channel 9 and you. Thanks for making room for us.
Not now, honey. We've got company.
now return to Dalek's Invasion 2150 AD.
Cow, a tribute to Harry. Tonight at 7 on Channel 9. Sunshine Christmas. Wednesday night at 7 on Channel 9. 1988 Hollywood Christmas Parade. Sunday at 5 on Channel 9. Tonight at 6:30 on Channel 9. Tonight at 6:30 on Channel 9. Here's now at 6 and 10 o'clock. Tonight on Channel 9. Halloween night at 7.
And join my Grand March Saturday.
Participating advertisers in Cubs baseball are Bud Light, proud sponsor of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team. Everything else is just a light. Buick. This great American pastime is brought to you by Buick, the great American road car, and your better Buick dealers. United Airlines, the official airline of the Chicago Cubs. Come fly the friendly skies. Pepsi-Cola, the choice of a new generation. Unical 76, who invite you to go with the spirit of 76. The Chicago Tribune, a great city deserves a great newspaper. True Value Hardware, your store of first choice. Canon, the official camera of the Chicago Cubs. Nissan Cars and Trucks, built for the most important race of all, the human race.
Let's pause for station identification.
This is WGN TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Along with Tom Fitzroy, Ken Harrell.
Nicole Kidman now returns in Dead Calm.
Real stories of the Highway Patrol.
Tonight at 6:30. Chicago's very own 9 o'clock news. Chicago's very own 9 o'clock news. This is Chicago's very own Weekend Morning News. This is Chicago's Midday News. In the suburbs, continuing tonight on the WGN News. Chicago's very own 9 o'clock news. The following is a WGN TV sports presentation.
In winning the rubber game from the Dodgers yesterday, Derek Mays stood out again. And on this play, had something that he never had before, a triple scoring Sander. Today, a new team is here. The Pittsburgh Pirates will face the Chicago Cubs, who will be going for 4 games over 500. Stay with us for every thrilling play coming your way in a moment.
Chicago Cubs baseball on Channel 9. The Cubs are brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. True Value Hardware Stores. Got a tough job to do? You can do it with True Value Hardware Stores. Buick and your local Buick dealers. Remember Buick, the new symbol for quality in America. United, Chicago's hometown airline, is proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Cubs. By Pepsi, gotta have it. Aflac, insuring over 35 million people worldwide. And by your local 76 dealers, who invite you to go with the spirit of 76.
This is WGN Channel 9 Chicago, a Tribune broadcasting station. Our transmitter is located on top of the John Hancock Building. All rights and programming telecast by the station are reserved, and no program may be used or reproduced in any manner. Now, our national anthem.
This is WGN Chicago.
This is WGN TV, Chicago.
This is WGN Chicago.
This is WGN TV, Chicago. This is WGN TV, Chicago. This is WGN Chicago. This is WGN TV, Chicago.
This is WGN TV, Chicago.
WGN TV Channel 9 is proud to salute Chicago's African American community during Black History Month.
Your seatbelts and turn on the movies. Chicago's movie station, WGN Channel 9. Turn it on.
The following is a WGN Sports presentation.
You're watching WGN TV.
Celebrating 50 years as Chicago's very own.
Live from Chicago's very own, this is WGN Morning News.
Tonight, Jason's back. This time his evil spirit is reborn once again when he's forced to confront his sister. John D. LeMay stars in Jason Goes to Hell on the WGN Big Ticket Movie. The following program depicts violent acts or behavior. Viewer discretion is advised.
Go. Earth Final Conflict.
Sunday at 9 Eastern, 8 Central on WGN.
Sunday night at 7:30 on WGN Channel 9. The Fortress. Tonight at 10:30. Sunday night at 8:30 on WGN Channel 9. Sunday night at 6 on WGN Channel 9.
Down the left field line by Sandberg, and let's pause for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN TV, Chicago.
Along with our producer-director, Arnie Harris, Wayne Larrabee.
Pause for station identification with Vladimir Guerrero in the box here in the top of the Montreal 6th.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN TV, Chicago's WB.
1 and 2 to
Year-round sports action is right here. World champion Bulls basketball this season and many years to come. Plus a full slate of baseball with the Chicago Cubs and White Sox. When you're looking for non-stop sports, this is your home for year-round action. WGN, Entertainment America. Assassination. Saturday night at 10:30 on WGN.
Colors. Saturday night at 10:30 on WGN.
Saturday night at 6 on WGN.
The following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
It's a rough day on the lake. And it's been a rough day for Terry Collins, the manager of the Astros, who nevertheless could tie for the wild card berth today. But it's been a great day for Jim Riggleman. His contract has been extended through 1997. Stay with us for exciting baseball at Wrigley Field.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN. Brought to you by Beechwood Aged Budweiser. It's always been true. This Bud's for you. Your local Buick dealers, the new symbol for quality in America. Your Chicagoland Builders Square, the official home improvement center of the Chicago Cubs. Pepsi. Nothing else is a Pepsi. Aflac, insuring over 38 million people worldwide. And by Southwest Airlines at convenient Midway Airport, the official airline of WGN TV Sports. Fly Southwest, the low-fare airline.
The following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
3 games remain, and the time is now. Time for Kevin Tapani and the Cubs to put the individual accolades, the talk of the great home run race of 1998, and the disasters of yesterday's gone by behind them now. Time to refocus on the season-long goal they set for themselves way back in March. Time to anticipate, to be confident. It is time to deliver. Only 3 games remain. The Cubs and Astros next. Dogfight for the wild card playoff spot in the National League comes down to the final weekend of the season. With an eye on the Mets and the Giants, the Cubs take on the Houston Astros. Good evening, everybody, from the Astrodome. Dan Rowan sitting in for Chip Carey tonight, along with Steve Stone. Nice to have you along for Cubs baseball on WGN. Steve, it's all tied up. The Cubs.
Sports. After a lost weekend in St. Louis, the Sox returned home to Comiskey Park last night. We're behind the solid outing from 22-year-old southpaw Mark Bailey, and another home run from American League Player of the Week Max Ordonez. The Sox won a season-high fifth straight home game. Tonight, the Sox look to continue to gain ground on the Tribune Twins as they go for a Royal 6 next on WGN. We are coming to you from Comiskey Park, where tonight WGN Sports presents White Sox baseball as Max Ordonez, Ray Durham, Carlos Lee, and the Chicago White Sox as they get set to host Mike Sweeney, Jermaine Dye, Joe Handa, and the Kansas City Royals. All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. It'll be James Baldwin against Jeff Suppan, and DJ will be back with the rest of the starting lineups right after this.
Chicago White Sox baseball, brought to you by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time. Your local Ford store. Quality people, quality products. Pepsi, the joy of Pepsi. And by Toyota, a better way every day.
The following is a presentation of WGN Sports. Versus Mets, Sunday at 1 on WGN.
Alonso and the Heat battle the Bulls, Saturday at 7 on WGN.
Sox and Royals, Monday at 7 on WGN. Versus Pirates, Tuesday at 1 on WGN.
Meteorologist Tom Skilling with Chicago's 7-day forecast and weather flight. Coming up next on WGN News.
Soon, WGN Morning News will bring you more in the morning with 2 hours of news, up-to-the-minute weather, action-packed sports, and live traffic reports. Plus, we take you around town, tell you what's in style, detail the latest medical breakthroughs, show you how to get fit, give you the scoop from Hollywood, and bring you news that could affect your family. More of the news you want for 2 hours weekday mornings. WGN Morning News from 7 to 9 starting January 8th. Live from Chicago's very own, Sonia Gann, Larry Potash, Joni Lund, Bill Weir, Roseanne Tellez, Paul Conrad, Robin Baumgarten in Skycam 9, and Sam Rubin live from Hollywood. This is WGN Morning News. This is Chicago's very own WGN News at noon. This is Chicago's very own WGN News at 9. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Allison Payne, Steve Sanders, Tom Skilling, and Dan Rowe. This is WGN News at 9. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Jackie Bannon, Bob Jordan, Jim Ramsey, and Dan Rowe. This is WGN News at 9.
This is WGN Entertaining America. This is WGN Entertaining America. This is WGN Entertaining America.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Bill Weir, Micah Mater, Paul Conrad's weather, and Robin Baumgarten in Skycam 9. This is WGN Morning News at 6.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Steve Sanders, Allison Payne, Tom Skilling, and Dan Rowe. This is WGN News at 9.
Chicago's very own. A name you've come to trust. From downtown to your town. We cover the news that matters to you. Local news from Chicago's very own Allison Payne, Steve Sanders, Tom Skilling, Dan Rowan. We're Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
Chicago is waking up to traffic with Robin Baumgarten and Skycam 9. Weekdays 6 to 9 on Chicago's very own WGN Morning News. And Roseanne on Chicago's very own WGN News at noon. Larry and Roseanne, weekdays on Chicago's very own WGN News at noon. Steve and Allison, weeknights on Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
Truck professionals.
Chicago's favorite meteorologist, Tom Skilling, weekdays at noon and 9 on Chicago's very own WGN News.
I'm Randy Salerno. Tonight on WGN News at 9, it's not just cold outside, it is dangerously cold, and there's a little relief in sight. What you need to know. Plus, a former employee of the Chicago Park District accused of molesting a dozen boys, and there could be more victims. Those stories on the news at 9.
Tom Skilling, weekdays on WGN News at noon and 9.
When it's action you want.
I was told to seek your help, Beastmaster.
You want America's Superstation, WGN Superstation. Action that's out of this world. Superstation WGN.
This is Chicago's very own WGN Morning News at 5. You're watching WGN Morning News at 7. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Larry Potash, Robin Baumgarten, Paul Conrad with weather, Valerie Warner with traffic, Pat Tomasulo with sports, and Dean Richards with entertainments. This is WGN Morning News at 7. You're watching WGN Morning News at 8. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Larry Potash, Robin Baumgarten, Paul Conrad with weather, Valerie Warner with traffic, Pat Tomasulo with sports, and Sam Rubin live from Hollywood. This is WGN Morning News at 8. This is Chicago's very own WGN News at noon. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Randy Salerno, Roseanne Tez, and Tom Skilling. This is Chicago's very own WGN News at noon. You're watching WGN News at 9 with Jackie Banning, Bob Jordan, Jim Ramsey, and Dan Rowe. This is Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
The following is a presentation of WGN Sports. The following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
watching WGN Morning News at 4. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Frank Holland, Aaron McElroy, Paul Conrad with weather, and Pat Tomasulo with sports. This is WGN Morning News at 4.
This is Chicago's very own WGN Morning News at 5.
watching WGN Morning News at 5. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Larry Potash, Robin Baumgarten, Paul Conrad with weather, Aaron McElroy with traffic, and Pat Tomasulo with sports. This is WGN Morning News at 5.
Good morning, I'm Larry Potash.
And I'm Robin Baumgarten.
You're watching WGN Morning News at 6.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News at 9. You're watching WGN News at 9 with Mark Sapelsa, Allison Payne, Tom Skilling, and Dan Roan. This is Chicago's very own WGN News at 9. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Mark Sapelsa, Micah Mater, Tom Skilling, and Dan Roan. This is Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Mark Sapelsa, Micah Mater, Tom Skilling, and Dan Roan. This is WGN News at 9.
The 2010 Stanley Cup belongs to the Chicago Blackhawks!
You are.
This is Chicago's very own WGN Morning News at 4. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Dan Ponce, Lourdes Duarte, Aaron McElroy with traffic, Demetrius Ivory with weather, and Marcus LaShock. This is WGN Morning News at 4. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Larry Potash, Robin Baumgarten, Paul Conrad, Pat Tomasulo, Anna Bellaval, and Courtney Hall. This is WGN Morning News at 9. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN Evening News. This is Chicago's very own WGN Evening News at 4.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Mark Sapelsa, Micah Mater, Tom Skilling, and Sarah Jindra in Skycam 9. This is WGN Evening News at 4. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Robert Jordan, Jackie Bang, Jim Ramsey with weather, and Dan Roan with sports. This is WGN News at 9.
Morning News. This station is participating in the test of the Illinois Emergency Alert System. This system was developed to provide information to the public during emergencies. This was a test.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Dan Ponce, Lauren Jiggets, Morgan Kochmeyer with weather, Sarah Jindra with traffic, and trending news with Marcus Lashot. This is WGN Morning News at 5. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Dina Baer and Demetrius Ivory with weather. This is WGN Midday News. You're watching Chicago's very own WGN Evening News.
Good afternoon. We're glad you're with us. I'm Ben Bradley.
And I'm Lourdes Duarte, and welcome to the new home of WGN News.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Micah Mater, Joe Donlin, Tom Skilling with weather, Dan Roan with sports, and Amy Rutledge in Skycam 9. This is WGN Evening News at 5. This is Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
Good evening, I'm Micah Mater.
And I'm Joe Donlin. Thank you for joining us. 80 more people lost their lives to COVID-19 in Illinois today.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Micah Mater, Joe Donlin, Tom Skilling, and Dan Roan. This is WGN News at 9. This is Chicago's very own WGN News at 10.
We begin with breaking news. We're following in Bedford Park a massive police response near a Walmart.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Micah Mater, Joe Donlin, Tom Skilling, and Dan Roan. This is WGN News at 10.
Is a presentation of WGN Sports.
Holy cow! Yes! Yes!
This station is participating in the test of the Illinois Emergency Alert System. This system was developed to provide information to the public during emergencies. This was a test.
Welcome to Delicious.